Hey, this is Antonio, and welcome back to my channel, and we're going to have some fighting words. So, I wanted to talk about the matchup that will be coming up between Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders, and why I think this is going to be a lot tougher matchup than most people are giving it credit for. So let me just break down the two guys. You have a pure boxer, but very slick, Billy Joe Saunders. Then you have a pure boxer who can mix it up, who can rumble, who can thump when it's time to thump, and Canelo. And he proved that in his fights with Triple G, just for him to stand in the pocket. And, in the term that Triple G used, like Mexican style. Let me break down why I think this is going to be a little bit more difficult than I think people are just giving it credit. Billy Joe Saunders is very, very slick. He's not a stationary fighter. He is a long distance runner. What I mean by that is he's one of those guys who's going to be in for the long haul. He's not looking to knock you out. He's not even looking to punish you throughout the fight. He will be there in the end. And he's just gonna pretty much point fight you. Like, he's gonna win the round. He's gonna take very little damage in doing so. And he's gonna pretty much kind of show you up throughout the round. He doesn't have a high work rate. He doesn't throw a lot of punches. But he is very fundamentally sound. Great fundamentals. Like, he understands movement, he understands distance, he understands when to mix it up, he understands when to tie someone up, when to move, when to get out, when to use his legs. And that's another thing that I want to touch on when it comes to Billy Joe Saunders is the man knows how to move, he knows how to use his legs. A lot of fighters, they're slick, but they're only slick up top, and they'll move their head, they'll pull back, they understand these things. Billy Joe can do that, but he can also do it with his legs as well. He's very slick. He takes full advantage of the size of the ring, and he will use every inch of that ring. He will start it over here, he'll finish it over there. Like I said, he's more of a point fighter. He's not necessarily looking to knock anyone out, not even to dominate anybody. He's more looking at schooling you. To him, that's more important. And I remember an interview with Billy Joe Saunders where he said, he appreciated Floyd Mayweather's style. And he was talking about Money Mayweather as opposed to Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. Because Money Mayweather, he could fight, but he was more into preserving himself. And Billy Joe has that same mindset that, he's gonna win the fight, but he's not gonna put himself in harm's way. He's not gonna put himself in a position where he's so hungry to finish you that he would put himself in a dangerous position or spot. That being said, then you have Canelo, who's pretty much the opposite. He is more than willing to engage. He is more than willing to close the gap. He is more than willing to fight in a phone booth. He doesn't care. He's very confident in his chin. He's very confident in his ability to bob, weave, and slip punches. He doesn't have a problem with mixing it up with anybody. Not even Billy Joe Saunders, which, by the way, is bigger than Canelo. He doesn't care. I mean, his last couple fights, they've all been bigger guys. He hasn't been fighting small guys. He's been fighting bigger guys. Keep in mind, he started off, not started off, but he was primarily at welterweight, and he moved up. He moved up 168. This fight could be very, very technical. It is definitely not going to be Canelo versus Triple G. Maybe somewhere along the lines of Canelo versus Danny Jacobs. I think Danny Jacobs has a little bit more grit in him in terms of his aggression than Billy Joe Saunders. But I don't know. I definitely see this going 12 rounds. I don't see there being a knockout. I've never honestly seen Billy Joe get hit clean, so I don't know how well he can take a punch. Canelo does hit hard. I mean, if he can put these big guys down, he can definitely put him down. But to be honest with you, I've never seen Billy Joe hit hard because, like I said, he's very, very slick. He moves very, very quick. He's very, very educated, and he is great with distance. So I don't know how well he takes a punch, to be totally honest. But he's a tough dude. He hasn't been in there with slouches either. So, you know, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he can definitely take a punch. I don't know if he can take an accumulation of punches, but I will give him the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what, he can take a good hit. But I think this is going to be a very calculated fight. I think this is going to be a boxer's fight. And what I mean by that is, it's not going to be some wild slugfest. That's not the way Billy Joe operates. That's not the way Canelo operates. I mean, Canelo will stand in front of you, but how many punches are you going to miss? Like, that's not even really the way he operates. But I'm just saying, in his willingness to take a shot, to give a shot, he's not opposed to that thought. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. And as always, like and subscribe.